give anyone a minute to log in. Yeah, I am ready for some yoga, and two people. Good evening. Yeah, have been wanting to say things that will make people feel comforted, make people feel grounded, and I'm kind of at a loss of what to say. The moment I think that I know something or know anything, I realize that I'm on the wrong path, that I don't really know. I don't really know anything. Today more than ever though, I wish that I was with people in this room doing yoga together. I miss the community. I miss hearing people's thoughts and feelings before and after class, and sometimes in this format I have appreciated the introspective nature of it, but in this moment I'm kind of feeling more my own my own exposure, my own nakedness here, and talking into the computer, seeing the monitor back at me, and apparently lost my two viewers. Okay, so we are going to do some yoga, and hopefully that will bring you back online. If anybody's having any problems with the stream, and you know my husband, you can text him. Otherwise, we are going to get started. So let's start in a seated position. So you might sit up on some padding, cross your legs at the ankles, gather your things around you that you might use for practice. I realize I want to tilt the screen down a smidge. So get that going. And meet me in a seated position for our centering practice. So get that connection between your body and the earth, rooting down deep through the sits bones, releasing tension from the legs and hips as you grow tall along your spine. Arrive here on your mat. Invite yourself into this time, into this space for practice. And I know that this might be a particularly challenging day to do that, as the grief of the country is, building. We're all experiencing this loss, this sadness, this feeling that things need to change, and they need to change quickly and permanently. And I know for myself that those feelings can really pull me out of the awareness of my own physical being. So let's dedicate this time to returning here, and consider that the work that we do on the mat, the attention that we pay to our senses, the experience of our own bodies, may serve us as we face the sadness, the challenges, the needs of the world as it is today. what are you noticing in your body at this moment? So first start on that physical level. There may be areas of discomfort, pain, tension that you were not aware of until this moment, until you turn that gaze inward. And let your body draw your attention down into those spaces that are calling for attention. Let the mind, let the breath, let the prana, the vital energy, move through the different parts of your body. And consider the emotions you might be feeling in this moment. Do you have anxiety? Do you feel tension coming to your mat? Do you feel calm? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel sad or angry? Do you have a is there a resonant emotion that you may have been feeling earlier that has its markers in the body in this moment? Also, you might consider what thoughts are continuously coming up. Is there a path of thinking, a problem that your mind is continually trying to solve? Recognize the activity of the mind and allow yourself to put that aside for the time being. You can come back to those thoughts. Focus your being in the present moment. And you can anchor your awareness on the breath. Breathe in and out through your nostrils and begin the practice of Ujjayi Pranayama by drawing in a gentle contraction at the back of your throat. Listen for the sound of your breath. And let that sound act as a soundtrack to this breath meditation. Bringing your senses inward, rerouting the mind back to the body. As we breathe today, I would like us to think about not only the experience of our own beings, but the greater connectivity that we share with one another, with the earth, with the universe. So one of my themes this week that I've been thinking about is this exploration of the microcosm of our own embodiment, each of our own physical embodiments, and how that microcosm is just a reflection, is just a small version of the greater humanity, perhaps even the greater universe. So consider your seat. I often almost every practice, I give you this imagery of the roots growing from your body into the earth. So connect with those roots and consider that those roots connect all of us underground with the earth to one another. Connecting us to the earth and possibly considering this idea of connecting us to our past. And then from that rootedness, from that history, from that connectivity, we can draw energy into the present moment, into the body. And the breath, again, is connecting all of us. Each of us breathing the same air. The idea that these same molecules have been moving around the earth for millennia. Please bring your hands together in front of your heart. We'll chant Om 3 times before continuing the moving practice. Please join me. Chant loud enough so I can hear you. Exhale. And inhale for Om. Bow your head to your heart, release your palms to your thighs, then slowly lift your head as you open your eyes. Please switch the cross of your legs, bring the opposite ankle on top. Right hand behind the hip, left hand crosses to the right thigh. Inhale, grow tall along the spine. And exhale, begin to revolve. Let's take the left hand out of the equation by turning the palm up for a moment. And instead of pulling the hand against the thigh, let's use the strength of the abdomen, of the inner body to revolve around the central channel of the spine. And notice how that subtle change in how you practice the pose might very much change your experience of the shape. So I'm noticing I immediately I'm not able to go deep into the twist. And then if you'd like, turn the hand back around and then notice the difference. Notice the access to this revolution around the spine the hand gives you. Keep the legs and hips grounded, continue to grow tall along the spine up through the crown of the head. Bring the right arm along the right ear, reach up out of your right waistline, and then exhale, lean the upper body at an angle over the left thigh. Target the right side body with awareness and with breath, rooting through the right hip as you find space between the ribs, along the shoulder. Again, take the left hand out of the equation by turning the palm up and using the strength of the abdomen to pull the left ribs, left shoulder forward as you gaze up beyond your right tricep muscles. Relax the jaw, soften the edges of the mouth. And inhale, come back to center, unwind. We'll do the second side. Left hand behind, right hand crosses. Again, turn the right palm up and then begin to revolve from right to left, bottom to top, inside to outside. Again, not using the help of the hand against the thigh to revolve the chest to begin with. So get that deep connection with the inner body in this movement. Hug the left shoulder blade onto the back, keep the collarbones broad, and then if you'd like, you can flip the hand back around and start to push the hand into the thigh to get more of a revolution. Take your gaze over your left shoulder, hug the left shoulder blade onto the back of your chest. Infuse the pose with breath and keep bringing the mind back to the body, back to the breath. Right hand stays as it is. Well, right hand stays where it is, but let's turn the palm up again. Left arm extends along the left ear, reaching out of the left waistline. And exhale, lean the upper body at an angle over the right thigh. Draw the right ribs, the right shoulder forward, again without the pressure of the hand into the thigh, but using the strength of the inner abdominal muscles. Left hip down, left arm reaches, gaze goes up, breathe length, breathe awareness, breathe along the left side body, from the hip rooting down through the fingertips, reaching out. Soften the edges of the mouth, relax the jaw, and inhale, come back through center. Okay, let's switch to the cross of the legs again, and we're gonna fold forward here. Keep the hips rooted down as you walk the upper body forward. Walk the arms forward. You might bring your hands onto balled fists or onto the backs of hands, or you might extend the arms forward as we turn in, as we fold forward, as we access the back body. Can you breathe into the shape? What are you feeling? Where are you feeling? Let your mind traverse the physical body. Again, those places that are calling for attention might be discomforting. Whatever it is, let your mind be drawn into those spaces. Slowly walk your way back up to a seated position and take yourself forward into a tabletop shape. Plant your wrists below your shoulders, knees are hip width distance. Inhale, belly and chest down into your cow pose. Move into your cow pose and exhale, round your spine. Chin to chest, tailbone towards the floor, belly button towards the ceiling. Round the upper back in cat pose and continue to move through these two shapes with the pace of your own breath, synchronizing breath and movement. Noticing the reactions of your body, or the sensations of your body as you move through these two shapes. If you've been practicing with me earlier in the week, you might be particularly sensitive to the upper back. So this class is chock full of focus and strength in the upper back. So let's inhale to come back to a neutral spine. Left palm below the face, right hand to the back of the skull. Inhale, open the chest to the right, gaze up, elbow up. Exhale, shoulder blades apart as you curl the right elbow in towards the left forearm or wrist. Inhale, open right, 2. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, open right, 3. Exhale, curl in. 2 more. Inhale, open right. Exhale, curl in. Last one. Inhale, open right. Exhale, curl in. Right palm below the face, left hand to the back of the skull. Inhale, open left, look up, gaze up, elbow up. Exhale, curl in. Shoulder blades apart. Inhale, open left. Exhale, curl 2. Inhale, open left. Exhale. exhale, curl in. Inhale, open left. Exhale, curl in, and last one, inhale, open left, and exhale, curl in, hand down, and we're going to extend the right leg straight up and back. Knee and toes point down, hips at the same height, reach back through the tailbone, look forward, reach forward with the heart, broad across the collarbones, and extend the left arm forward. So we're going to, I'm going to call this explorer pose, because that's what my kids' yoga book calls it. And I really like that idea. It's for me, that signifies this, this curiosity, this groundedness in the past. And I think that is represented by the right leg. There's a reaching and exploration to the future, with the gaze and the arm. And in the middle, find that stability of center, that strength to balance the two. Lower ribs in and back. And then hand down, knee down. We'll do the second side. Extend the left leg back, knee and toes down. Hips at an even height. Strengthen that back leg. Remember, Janu Bandha, knee lock. Extend the right arm forward. So again, this connection, this strength, this knowledge of the past, looking to the future, reaching to the future, and in the middle find this stability, this presence, this strength to balance and exist between the two spaces. Hand down, knee down. Angle the right shin out to the right at about a 45-degree angle. That's going to be there for balance. Then we're going to stack the left hip, left shoulder on top of the right side. Lift the left heel to the height of the hip, point the toes, bend the knee, and grab the outside of the foot. Knee and hip and shoulder about the same height, and then begin to kick the foot into the hand as you push the left thigh bone towards the wall that your back is facing. Your gaze might start to turn up, sides of the neck back, tops of the ears curl back. Kick the foot into the hand. Push the thigh bone back. Lengthen the tailbone. And then look down, hand down, knee down. So this is a preparatory pose for Ardha Chandra Chapasana, aka candy cane pose. But this is a way to get into it where you don't have to worry so much about the balance. So we're kind of doing small steps to prepare ourselves for larger challenges. Right leg lifts, point the toe, bend the knee, reach for the outside of the foot, kick the foot into the hand, right shoulder blade on the back, thigh bone back, gaze turns up. So I kind of made reference to that at the beginning of class. The class, I think when I first started doing yoga, I did a lot of yoga for the sake of getting better at yoga. And now I feel, now that I've been doing it for over a decade, I do start to reference my practice more throughout the challenges of my life, so that I see where where it really is practice, where we get this, perhaps we get this courage, we get this strength, we get flexibility on our mat that we then bring into the world. Okay, let's come back into a plank position. Shoulders over the wrist, long line between shoulders, hips, and heels. If the hips are sagging, then you can bring the knees to the floor. I want good alignment here so that the abdominal muscles are strong. Okay, from here, we're going to lift the left leg and lift the right arm. So a version of the explorer pose, a little more challenging. If too challenging, you can come back to the knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, foot down. Second side, right leg lifts, left arm reaches for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, foot down, knees down, tailbone up. Reach the chin and chest forward. And as you exhale, bend the elbows back, chin and chest to the floor. Hug the elbows in towards the side ribs and slide forward onto your stomach. Point your toes back, round the feet, tone the muscles of the legs so that the kneecaps lift. Lengthen the tailbone back, scoop it forward, lower abdomen in and up, shoulder blades on the back, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, peel chin and chest up away from the floor for a little baby cobra pose. And give it a little look ma no hands by lifting the hands, using the strength of the upper back to lift the chest. Now hands back down, push down with the hands, pull back with the hands, draw in with the elbows, down with the elbows, collarbones broad, chest lifted, feet grounding strongly, kneecaps lifting, tailbone forward and back, lower abdomen in and up. Sides, neck, back, crown of the head lifts. Give it all you got. Bring yourself into this moment of expression, of explosion. And then come on down. Left cheek to the floor, arms at your sides, palms skyward, head to the arm bones forward, big toes touch, heels wide apart, head heavy, neck soft, upper back broad. Return to your breath. You might close your eyes or soften your gaze at this moment. And these are, if you've been to my class before, you might have heard me talk about this. I really love these transitions in the yoga practice. I feel that these are one of the things I draw on in my life so often. This ability to go from a moment of heightened activity, heightened arousal in the body, to this moment of release, to this more homeostasis, this coming back to the breath, slowing down. So not only to move through those two states in the physical body, but to let the mind travel with the body, to move in synchronicity with the body, so that we're not still in the pose, when we're not still in the cobra pose when we're lying here on our stomachs. Because it will change. Chin back to the floor. This time, point the toes but squeeze the legs together. Tone the muscles of the legs. Fingernails on the floor. Heads of the arm bones lift. Shoulder blades tone together on the back, behind the heart. Inhale, peel the chin and chest. Arms and legs up away from the floor. Point back through your toes. Reach back through your fingertips. Use the strength of the back body to lift the front. Slowly rising higher, higher, highest, and then let it go. Right cheek this time to the floor, head to the arm bones forward, upper back broad, big toes touch, lower back broad, head heavy, neck soft. Return to the breath. Arrive in this moment, mind and body. And it changes. Chin back to the floor. Tuck the toes, engage the legs, lift the kneecaps, lengthen the tailbone, plant the wrists by the ribs. Exhale, push up into a plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, because it's yoga, back to downward facing dog. First of 5 push-ups. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push, lifting through the abdomen. Exhale, hips lead you back 2. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, lower with control. Inhale, push. Exhale, back 3. This can all be done on the knees. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back 4. Last one, best one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Bring your left foot towards center. Lift your right leg straight up and back, 3-legged dog. Hands push evenly down and forward. Release the weight of the head down. Wrap the right outer hip down towards the floor so you lift more through the right inner upper thigh. Push the left hip crease up and back. Engage both legs. Janubada, kneecaps lift. Release the left heel deeper towards the floor. Look to the top of your mat. Exhale, lunge your right foot forward between your hands. Create a long stride so that your heel is about below your knee. Bend the back knee until the right thigh is parallel to the floor, feeling the weight of the hips shifting down and forward. Lift through the back inner upper thigh to straighten, strengthen, lighten the back leg. Chin and chest forward, collarbones broad. Scissor the legs together. Right foot pulls back, left foot draws forward to square the hips, tone the legs. Hands to the front thigh, push the elbows straight, draw the sides of the waistline back, collarbones broad. Legs stay as they are, arms to your side, shoulder rolled back, palms forward. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, open the chest to the right, using the strength of the abdomen. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open right two. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open right three. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open right four. Inhale, forward. Exhale, open right five. Hold here. Either keep the chest open as it is, arms to the height of the shoulders, or wrap the right hand behind to the outside of the left thigh. Reach the left arm up along the left ear. Breathe along the left side body. Keep the legs toning in. Right foot back, left foot forward, left inner thigh lifts for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Hands down and forward, hips up and back. Knee and toes point down as you wrap the left outer hip down. Lift through the left inner thigh. Engage both legs. Johnny Banda, right heel towards the floor. Head releases. Left leg any higher. Look to the top of your mat. Exhale. Lunge your left foot between your hands. Setting up fingertips, balled fist, or blocks either side of the front foot. Left thigh parallel to the floor, knee over the heel. Right knee bends, hips feel heavy. And then counter that weight with the lightness of the right inner upper thigh. Back leg straight, strong chin and chest forward. Right foot scissors forward, left foot scissors back. Hands to the hips, draw back through the sides of the waistline. Come on up. High lunge. Arms at your sides, shoulders roll back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open left. Keep the legs deep. Inhale, center. Exhale, open left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open left. 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, open left. 5. Stay here, or left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm over the right ear for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands frame the front foot. Step back. DFD, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Right leg lifts, left arm forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg up, right arm forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, knees down, tailbone up. Chin forward, exhale, lower down. Slide forward onto your belly. Lengthen the legs back, plant the hands, shoulder blades on the back, legs toning in and up. Inhale, curl up. Look mono, hands, press the hands down. Draw the heels of the hands isometrically back. Elbows in, shoulder blades on the back, shoulder blades down the back. Tone the legs. Come on up. King Cobra pose. Slowly lower, left cheek to the floor. Arms at your sides, heads the arm bones forward, big toes touch, heels wide apart, head heavy, neck soft. Arrive, transition into the moment. Enjoy the breath. And then it changes. Chin to the floor, arms back, squeeze the legs, toes back. Inhale, peel chin and chest, arms and legs up away from the floor. Then if you like, sweep the arms out to either side of the room. If you like, reach the arms forward. Lift the front body off the floor. Use the strength of the back body. Give it all you got. Lift higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Arms at your sides, right cheek to the floor, head to the arm bones forward, head heavy, neck soft. Back body broad, big toes touch, heels widen apart. Transition physically, mind and body, back into the breath, back into the present. Chin to the floor, tuck the toes, Strengthen the legs. Lengthen back through the tailbone. Plant the wrists by the ribs. Exhale, push up plank position. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Second set of 5 push-ups. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back 1. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back 2. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back 3. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back 4. Last one, best one. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Left foot towards center. Right leg lifts straight up and back. Look to the top of your mat. Lunge your right foot forward. Long stride. If you have a block, bring it to the top right corner of your mat. Come back to your lunge. Scissor the legs, square the hips, square the chest, hands to hips, elbows towards the ceiling. Draw back through the sides of the waistline. Arms at your sides, palms forward, shoulders back, lean the upper body forward. Shift weight to your right foot, and in 1 step or 2, come forward into your flying warrior pose, warrior 3. Chest and back leg parallel to the floor. Front right toes pointing straight ahead. Chest and gaze straight ahead. Arms can stay back, hands can come to the hips, arms can go out to the side, or arms can reach straight ahead for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down to the block at the top right corner of your mat. The distance between your ankle and your right ankle and right wrist should mimic the distance between your right hip and your right armpit. Begin to stack your left hip on top of your right shoulder. Stack your left hip on top of your right hip. Stack your left shoulder on top of your right shoulder. Left leg at hip height, pushing back through the left foot. Perhaps left arm reaches up, perhaps gaze follows. Challenge yourself in this safe environment to do something that might feel out of your reach, that might be frightening, might be uncomfortable. Okay. Option 2, bring the left knee into the chest, grab the outside of the foot, kick the foot into the hand, pressing the left thigh towards the wall that the back is facing. Does this look familiar? It should. So we did this on our hand and knee, and now we're doing it with a little more challenge by standing on the foot. Shoulder on the back, maybe look up. Go outside your comfort zone. Expand your comfort zone by doing so. Expand the possibilities of your body, of your being. Okay, look down, hand down, walk the hands back, lunge, step back, DFD, inhale, left leg lifts, look to the top of your mat, exhale, lunge the left foot forward between your hands, scissor the legs together, square the hips, square the chest, hands to hips, draw back through the sides of the waistline, arms at your sides, chest reaches forward, shift weight to the left foot in 1 step or 2, come forward into your warrior pose, flying warrior 3, lift through the back inner thigh, wrap the back outer hip down, push down through the roots of your left foot, lift into your left kneecap, lift into your left hip, arms back, hands to the hips, arms out or arms forward, look forward, reach forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left hand to the block or to the floor. Stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Stack the right shoulder on top of the left shoulder, making sure the left toes continue to point straight ahead. Left kneecap, Janu Bandha, lifting. Okay, right arm up. Stay here, or knee to chest. Grab the outside of the foot or ankle. Kick the foot into the hand. Right thigh towards the back that your wall, the wall that your back is facing, not the back that your wall is facing. It is the back that your wall is facing, but you have many walls. Okay, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know how many walls you have. Right shoulder blade on the back. Perhaps look forward. Perhaps look up. Okay, with calm, with awareness, with intention, lunge back, press back, downward facing dog. Okay, I'm gonna let you do your down dog for a few breaths here. We've really just been breezing right through it, haven't we? So get acquainted with your dog before we leave it again. Okay. Practice hopping to the top of your mat. Look to the top of your mat. Shift your shoulders forward. Bend your knees. Lift onto your toes. Drop through the sides of the waistline. As you exhale next, pull your belly button in towards your spine. And hop to the top of your mat. Hop to the back of your mat. Hop or step back to down dog. Do that 4 more times. Shoulders forward. Lift the hips. Bend the knees. Draw back through the sides of the waistline. Belly button into the spine. Exhale. All right. If you spontaneously burst into a handstand, then you might want a wall there, or you might just be very comfortable with that, that turn of events. So that might sound laughable, but if your hips are going really high, they might just get to that point where they feel they could go over the shoulders, and you can straighten the legs. Okay, focus back. Focus back, me. Okay, feet hip width distance apart, lift and spread the toes. Place them back down. Bend the knees, fold forward. Let the upper body hang down. Take hold of opposite wrist, forearms, or biceps, and let the upper body hang forward. Make any subtle or not so subtle movements in the name of letting go of the upper body, letting the body's relationship to gravity in this shape bring more space to bring more space between the vertebra along the spine. You might shake your head yes and no, identifying tension in the neck, and then by identifying it, can you address it? Can you start to loosen your grip on that tension? Let it go. Okay, fingertips to the floor in front of you. Push your feet down, lift your hips up, lift your kneecaps, lengthen along the back side of your body as you once again fold deeply into yourself. Inhale, palms to shin, shoulder blades on the back, half lift. Exhale, fold deeply in, head releases towards the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms out, up and overhead, push down, reach up, look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center and arms to your sides, shoulders roll back, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, flow forward with your breath. Synchronize breath and movement. Head releases at the bottom of the breath. Inhale, lift halfway, shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, fold even more deeply into yourself. Head low, hips high. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands through heart center, arms to your sides. Again, perhaps closing the eyes if you'd like. Exhale, flow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise with the breath. Exhale, hands through heart center and arms to your sides. Tadasana, arrive in your mountain as your mountain. Eyes can be open, perhaps considering looking out to an imaginary distant horizon line where earth meets sky, occupying that space, or even closing the eyes at this moment. In and out through the nostrils, you might revisit your Ujjayi pranayama. Recognize the effect of the practice, the resonant energy that you can detect in your body at this moment. So I feel that this is a pose that I have really been focusing on cultivating for a while now. I really feel that this is a powerful shape, and I think there was like an early TED talk about the power of this position, that if you just stand with your shoulders back, your arms out, perhaps that in that talk the hands were on the hips, but either way, it's this strength of stability, of making yourself bigger, and perhaps we can cultivate the properties of this shape even more deeply by coming here with intention. Coming here with these ideas of how do we become the mountain? How do we become one with the earth, growing out of it, being one with it, being strong, being tall? Okay, we are going to practice a back bend next. So I'll give you, take any one of these offered back bends. So you can practice the back bend with the feet apart, or if you'd like at this point, bring the base of the big toes to touch. Tone the muscles up your legs, lengthen down through the tailbone. You might interlace your fingers behind your back today. You might take your arms out like football goalposts. You might clasp the back of your head to support your neck. Or you might take your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, point your index fingers skyward, cross your thumbs. Either way, ground from your hips down through the soles of your feet, tone the muscles of your legs, lift up out of your waistline, lift into your heart space, and then tilt the gaze up, tilt the chin up. Take the arms back, and then take the gaze back. Keep grounded in the feet, toning in the legs, hips over the heels. The higher the heart, the longer the spine, the deeper the back bend. If it feels okay, release the head back. Come back up through the hips, the chest, the arms, the head. Arms to your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, flow forward gingerly, keeping a gentle bend in the knees as you let the upper body hang forward. And walk it out. Bend one knee, reach the opposite hip, up and out. Communicating with the outer hips and the low back as you let the upper body hang forward. And if it feels okay for the knees, lift up onto the toes, bend the knees forward, sink the hips down to the heels. Once, twice. Still feeling good? Do it a third time. And then we'll come back up. Oh boy, this class has just flown by, hasn't it, viewer? Let's do one more standing thing just because it's on the menu and I want to taste the whole menu here. Take your feet wide apart, turn your toes out at about a 45-degree angle, hands to the hips, shoulder blades on the back. Again, take that strong, confident stance. And then begin to bend the knees in the direction of the toes. Sink the hips down to hip height. And let the upper body be pulled back. Extend through the inner thighs. I feel like we've been doing a lot of adduction, so this abduction here, this pulling the knees apart, is a lot right now, isn't it? Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, right arm underneath the left. Palms together or grab shoulders. Lift the elbows, forearms away from the face. Hips sink low, extension through the inner thighs, contraction through the outer hips. Weight in the heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, left arm underneath the right arm, palms together. Or grab shoulders, elbows lift. Knees bend in the direction of the toes as you sink the hips down. Elbows lift, forearms away from the face. Upper body back, extension through the inner thighs, contraction through the outer hips, weight in the heels, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, sweep the arms overhead, and exhale, release the arms down. Heel toe the feet to hip width distance. Grab your invisible hula hoop, place it over your head, and then swing it out. I'm practicing not only my hula hooping, but my miming. And reminder that if you have a real hula hoop, you can't have your hands on your hips because the hula hoop would fall. Okay, grab your hula hoop. Swing it out in the other direction. Okay, I think that's the other direction. slowing down as we are in the last 10 minutes of the practice here. Okay. Place your hula hoop down on the ground and come to lie on your back. Arms at your sides, heels into your hips, feet parallel. Let's build some bridges. Feet down, hips lift. Little babbling brook, foot bridge over a babbling brook. Opening up the front of the body, using the strength of the back body. Lower the hips. Take the feet apart, let the knees fall together or towards one another. Gaze soft at the ceiling or eyes closed. Notice your preference. Okay, and it changes. Next bridge. It's been raining, our babbling brook has turned into a river. So feet down, hips lift, interlace the fingers behind the back. Tuck the shoulder blades one at a time. Tuck the chin to the chest, lengthening the back of the neck. Release the head down. Push down through the inner thighs, lift through the outer hips. Look down the front line of your bridge. Does this bridge look safe? Does this bridge look secure? Are passerbys going to just fall off one side of the bridge? I know they will if they're passing my bridge. So try to move from the inside out. Can you lift the lower side up? Can you inflate the lung of the lower side? I'm going to try it. Come on down. Untuck the shoulders, feet apart, knees towards one another, hands on the body, maybe a palm to the chest, palm to the belly. Eyes open, eyes closed. Notice your preferences. Both options are good. Transition back to this moment. So the transition into this moment is challenging, and then the transition out of this moment is challenging. So can you be present in this kind of bouncy ball experience of arousal where it's like something hard, something easy, something hard, something easy. So let's do something hard again, and then we'll get to something easy again. So be present, decide your bridge. Do you have a brook? Do you have a river? Do you have the San Francisco Bay beneath you? That's what I like to picture. So I'm going to go up into a big old wheel pose. Join me if you'd like by placing your hands by the side of your head, fingertips in towards your shoulders, elbows up towards the ceiling. Push the feet down as we come up to this in 2 stages. Come to the crown of your head. Walk your hands in, elbows shoulder width distance. Roll towards the bridge of your nose. Push your feet down, push your hands down, come on up. Okay, and arrive with your bridge. Face the challenges of your bridge. Or your, whatever pose you're doing, be in it. Keep rerouting the mind, the experience, back to the present, back to the body. And then chin to chest, lower down to your back. That was the last one. Knees in, feet apart. Hand to the belly, hand to the chest. Reconnect with the breath. Having this internal experience of the breath and this external experience of the breath. Left heel into the hip, right knee into the chest, interlace the fingers behind the thigh, push up and out through the right heel, pull back through the toes, Janu Bandha, and either choose to keep the left knee bent or extend the left leg straight, heel down, calf down, thigh pushes down. Okay, unlace the fingers, bring the right leg slightly to the left, pushing out through the foot, and then bring the left hand to the outside of the right thigh or the right calf. Then draw the right leg back towards the right, meeting with the resistance of the left hand. Actively widen the right outer hip away from the face. Then bend the knee, right foot back to the floor, left knee into the chest. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Push the thigh into the interlace of the fingers. Push up with the heel. Pull back through the toes. Engage the knee. Widen the outer hip. Either keep the right leg bent or straighten the right leg. Calf down, heel down, thigh down. Widen the left outer hip away. Unlace the fingers, angle the left leg over to the right, right hand to the outside of the left leg, pull the left leg back to the right, widen the left outer hip, push out through the foot, and both feet back to the floor. Draw the knees up, cup the knees with the hands, push the knees into the hands, rock the hips side to side. Okay, knees in and up towards the armpits, feet towards the ceiling, shins perpendicular. Grab the outside edges of the feet into happy baby. Rock side to side, massaging your low back against the floor. One knee down and then the other. If you'd like, momentarily push out through the soles of your feet. Oh, that feels intense, and it feels intense to me. You got your own thing going on. What do you think? Feet together, interlace your fingers, widen out through your inner thighs, contract through your outer hips, lengthen through the tailbone, push the feet into the hands, arms pulled taut, head to the arm bones, curl away from the floor. And then knees together, wrap your arms around your legs and give yourself a hug. Tell yourself that you appreciate the practice, you appreciate your own effort, and find some way to tell yourself, I love you. Hard thing to do, isn't it? It feels a little, maybe not for you. I notice that it feels hard for me to do it. Squeeze the legs, chin to chest, forehead towards or to the knees, tuck the tailbone towards the heels, squeeze in. And then let it go. So you may come to lie on your back in lieu of an inversion today. You might take the mat to an unobstructed wall space, bring a blanket to the baseboard to the bottom of the wall. If you have a strap and you are able to make a loop in the strap that's about 1 foot in diameter, then do that. Slide your hips to the wall, swing your legs up the wall, scooch your hips up onto the height of your blankets, and then there's just this nice effect of the strap around the ankles that really lets you release the weight of the legs without fear of the legs falling away from one another. Whatever form of savasana that you are choosing today, invite yourself here once again. So I know that for my practice, especially when I am practicing at home, this is the most challenging thing to do, is to invite myself into this space. So allow this time to slow down, to reflect, and to absorb on the activity, the challenges of the last 60 minutes. So as I mentioned, as I've been talking about this idea of drawing from our practice, of this practice creating resources for us, as we face challenges in our lives and challenges in the world, I find just only recently that I found this to be a really powerful resource. So is it possible in these moments where we are taking a step back from the inhabitation of the physical body, of the emotional body, of the mind. We're trying to kind of take a vantage point of all these things. Scenic view, take a scenic view of embodiment. And in doing that, recognize the body as a conduit of energy. And perhaps feeling the experience of inner peace, the experience of a calm body and mind. If you have the desire, if you have the time, please feel free to stay in this position. If you're ready, begin to move fingers and toes, reanimating the body slowly. Slide your feet down the wall. If you have the strap, take it off of the ankles. Extend the right arm along the right ear, roll onto your right side. Turn your chest towards the floor. Moving from our corpse pose into this fetal position, transitioning back into the rest of our day. Opening up to the world. Push yourself up into a seated position. Root through the legs and hips. Connect with the earth. Connect with one another. From that energy, grow tall along your spine, broad across your chest. Hands onto the heart today. Reconnect with your breathing, and please chant the sound of Om one single time together. Exhale and inhale for Om. thank you for your presence, your patience, your dedication to the practice. The light in me recognizes and bows to the light in each of you. Namaste. Oh, someone joined right there at the end, it looks like. But thank you if you are watching this. I would love to hear from you. A lot of people have reached out and let me know that they're watching, and I really appreciate hearing from you all. Jeffrey and Scotty, I know you guys have been watching on Wednesday night. I really appreciate you being with me. Matt, Rich, Carrie, my Monday morning people, Jason, Mary, Karen, Lisa, Ava, Lynn, of course Lynn, who could forget Lynn, so thank you guys all for, Andrea has also been a viewer, so thank you, all of you, thank you so much. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like to see from me in the future. I am considering hosting a live class at my house, doing at least one experimental live outdoor class. So if you are interested in that, it's possibly going to be Monday morning, this coming Monday, early June. So get in touch with me if you're interested in that. It'll probably be 9:30 Monday morning. So yes, please reach out if you're interested in attending that. It's not set in stone. I'm still feeling out the interest in that. So yeah, let me know, and I hope to hear from you. I hope to see you again next week on this format. Even if I do the live class, I'll try to record it and stream it at the usual time. So 10 on Monday, 90-minute class. 10 on Tuesday, 75-minute class, 5:30 on Wednesday, 60-minute class, Eastern time.